Today in the lounge, we're with Owen. Hey, Owen.
Hello. Hi.
And today we're talking about weaning.
Yes.
Weaning.
Weaning.
Which, really, if you think about it, is sort of it's an interesting word.
Yeah, you're right.
Weaning.
Weaning, as in the moon is weaning away.
It sounds to me it sounds dirty.
Yeah. It's original in Greek. It originally is dirty.
Shouldn't it be breasting?
No, breasting is that would be the beginning, right? Because you're breasting. This would be unbreasting.
Debreasting.
Debreasting.
So we'll start the debreasting.
Right.
So you started in your house.
Yeah, we started.
You guys are in the debreasting process.
We are especially in the night debreasting. Yeah, because we were doing the breasting a lot during the night, and it was not much sleep for Jody, for my wife. So we said, yeah, let's go ahead and night debreast.
Right. Well, and that's good. Does your daughter, does she sleep in the bed? Does she sleep in us?
Yeah, we do co-sleeping, and she has her own bed as well, which is actually nicer than ours currently. But she still sort of ends up usually most of the night kind of crawling in with us.
So debreasting, weaning, is it's helpful to restore some sanity to the nighttime.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing how little sleep you get. But
Yeah.
But yeah, oh boy.
So describe the what's the process you guys are going through here now to try and cut back the breastfeeding? How old is your daughter first?
She's 17, and that's been an issue too because teenagers are so independent and stubborn.
Well, they answer the cell phone right in the middle.
Oh my gosh, and that's just embarrassing for the person on the other phone because they can't understand everything she's saying because her mouth is full of her mother's nipple.
That's
not
true.
No.
That's not true.
She's 20 months old, and so what we did is we had the conversation with her of like, all right, no more yum yum. We're gonna do this thing now. We're gonna have.
So you guys using the technical language?
Yes, we figured get her started, ready for Harvard. Yum yum from the Latin to yum. And so we had that discussion with her, and we kind of chose the 7 hours. Someone who's written a really good process of folks who are doing co-sleeping and about night weaning, and I can't remember his name right now.
Ferber?
Yeah, is it Ferber? No, what's
Ferber? Ferber's like kick that kid's ass and stick him in the bed.
I'm sorry, not Ferber, but yeah, he does have a little bit. Not Ferber, not the let him cry. It's good for them.
There are a number of books about not sleeping through the night, and we don't have a position on which of those are good.
Right. But we don't align ourselves with Ferber. Me, Jody. But anyway, we sort of did this thing. We had the discussion with her, and this guy was saying like choose 7 hours. That would be a good 7 hours. So we chose the midnight till 7.
Okay.
And so basically. We realized that this was going to be hard. Our house is really tiny, so that Jody was just going to have to get out of there. And she called some friends, and Jody's not real popular with people. So she ended up sleeping in our VW bus, which we have. We have a 75 VW bus, camper bus, so it's actually good living. And so we set her up out there, so she couldn't hear Arden being, that's our baby, Arden being really upset when she woke up, and I told her, no yum yum till morning. And so the first night was slow down.
Your wife slept in the car.
It's a VW camper. It's not just a car.
75.
Yeah, 1975.
That's great. Okay. And
she had a quilt in there.
Right. So she's sleeping in the 75 bug.
Yeah. It's been cold. It wasn't a bug. It was a camper. These things are designed to have people sleep in them.
Okay. Whatever, as long as you feel comfortable with that. Who am I to judge?
Right. I don't even think technically that's even homeless sleeping. That is, you are in a residency of a bus.
Is there a bridge nearby she could sleep under?
Down by the river, sort of thing? Yeah, I suppose she could have done that. It's nice in the morning. She got this free cup of soup from this nice church. Really good people. All right, so maybe that wasn't the best husband.
Okay, so she moved into the bus, and did that help?
It helped our marriage and the weaning. I think both benefited. We were so glad to see each other, but that's a separate issue. But yeah, it did help. Arden woke up. She was awake for quite a while, like I guess an hour, 2 hours in the middle of the night, kind of mourning, I think is what it is, mourning of like what was going on.
Right.
And I gave her some milk, and didn't try and feed her myself. You know, that num yum. Who knows? Who knows?
Breast pump would help with that.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that. And then we just walked around our small little house, and then she went back to sleep.
Great. So you stuck it through. You didn't break down. You weren't knocking on the window of the bus and saying, holding the child up.
Yeah, or just like, you know, putting the baby in the bus and then closing the door.
How's it going? I mean, so the first night you threw the first. How far into the process are you now?
3 nights. We've done 3 nights.
And pretty good.
Pretty good. Jody's loving the bus. There's like now the curtains are nicer than they've ever been. She's actually cleaned it up quite a bit. It's got that, you know, that lady's touch, which is what it needed. And yeah, Hardin's, like last night, she woke up for just 15 minutes. It was great. I should wake up every so often, like every hour or so, but I'd say, hey, no.
So when are you going to finish the job? I mean, she's 19 months now. You're going to allow her to breastfeed during the day for a while longer? Or?
Yeah. I think. What are your thoughts on that? Like, how far do you think breastfeeding should go?
Well, and for us, with the first child, my wife weaned at a year. The middle child, 14 months, and with the baby, 6 years.
6 years?
Well, no, that's not true.
Okay,
a little bit longer. The AAP, the American Academy of Pediatrics, says 6 months breastfeeding exclusively. But there really is, there's no upper end. That there's no medical evidence that any harm is done if you breastfeed the baby for 3 years or beyond. But I think some people feel uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, I think we're gonna probably just go for a while. You know, a lot of our friends recently have had just sort of that kind of natural weaning, sort of like when the kid and the mother both sort of simultaneously sort of feel, this is about time, and it sort of fades off. And that's been really nice. So I think we'll probably stick to that. We'll just sort of feel it out as we go.
It's the way it worked for us. That just eventually, as a child was introduced to solid food, became less and less interested. And the last little bit, sort of breastfeeding to be taken away was a little bit hard because that's sort of the soothing one at the end of the day.
Right.
But that happened fairly naturally. It wasn't too terribly traumatic. So it's possible. Stick with it, guys. Good luck, and definitely send us your own weaning stories and your thoughts about the word weaning. Just drop us a comment. Owen, thanks a lot for stopping in.
No problem.
So how are you going to get her back in?
Back in the house?
Yeah. Maybe you could put like a car stereo, in the kitchen, and that would sort of lure her back in.
That's not a bad idea. Get that diesel smell going.